Hi, lovelies. This is for the week ahead, November 23rd through November 29th. Originally, I think sometime last week, I was like, oh yeah, this week's going to be looking up, so get ready, woo! Yeah, I'm a big fat liar, so sorry about that. I really thought that the energy would be a little bit more upbeat this week, but it kind of seems like with the full moon coming on the 25th, things are going to be maybe a little squirrely. So the full moon on the 25th is going to be in the sign of Gemini. And the sun will also be opposing it in Sagittarius that day as well. So you kind of got these two very mental air equals, like the mental arena signs, kind of duking it out for whose perspective is right. Gemini is more like physical, rational thought, where Sagittarius is known kind of more for like the otherworldly, spiritual bent to it. You might see that Thanksgiving might be a little a crazy town this year. I mean, when is it not? But I think this year it might get a little, people with opposing views might go at it a little bit more. So my suggestion would be to keep the heck out of it. Don't be a part of it. It makes you upset anyways. Why are you gonna, jump in there? Tell them to go outside. Take their craziness outside. You can't be a part of this table. This is about Thanksgiving. This is about everybody coming together and working together, no matter what the opposing views are. Kick them outside. Go home. Nobody wants your crazy here. Another way that this could manifest is within yourself. Do you remember that post I did a couple weeks ago, the weekly I did, where I talked about the emotional seesawing? It's very easy to do that right now, especially when you have two opposing mental perspectives going on inside. So make sure that you have a best friend or a trusted friend or a therapist with you right now to help you kind of achieve some balance. And I think that is what this full moon is calling for too. Balance internally so that you can also reflect that on your outside environment, so that you can communicate that to your outside environment and to help the outside environment get better as well. But you got to start within. Nothing outside is going to get changed if you don't start within. The very, very, very next day, we also have Saturn squaring Neptune. I know we'll talk about that more next week, but I'm sure you can tell by my face, it's going to be a little, again, crazy town. So just hold tight. Everything will be okay. I personally think one way that you can get through this would be to do good deeds for others. It helps get you out of your head. It kind of helps stops the nastiness. Maybe that's going on inside or maybe around you. But it also kind of reminds others that that they can still have faith in humanity. Not just for the other people, but for you too. And that's my fat cat Mattis. But yeah, do a good deed for somebody. Go on the street. Maybe that guy last week that was begging for money that you just walked past, maybe you go and you bring him a meal today. Something small, something large or something small. It doesn't really matter as long as you're doing a good deed for somebody else. It's going to help you get out of your head and see things from a different perspective too. Maybe put things in a better perspective that we're maybe not getting from the outside world right now. So just kind of hold tight, hold your loved ones, near and dear, and take Thanksgiving easy. Take this week easy and do what's needed for yourself too. Also, get away if you need to. Like, there's no harm in saying, I can't take this. I need to go somewhere and just chill out. Just don't get lost in addictive stuff. Don't overeat. I mean, I know it's Thanksgiving, so you're like, Sarah, you're killing me. I love pumpkin pie. I do too. But, don't do that to yourself. Don't drown yourself in food or alcohol or drugs, which is really easy to do. Don't do that this week. Especially with Saturn squaring Neptune. It won't be pretty. So don't do that to yourself. All right. So let's pull some cards. I actually haven't pulled them yet. So I'm going to show you guys how I work with the cards. And we are doing the magical messages from the fairies this week. Here's what the deck looks like. It's pretty cool. I kind of like the fairies because it's a very spiritual, idea. They're just earth angels. But they have more of they like taking ethereal thought and making it into solid things, like helping you to kind of bridge that gap there and make things solid for yourself, to manifest solid things. So hopefully the fairies can help us this week. So I'm going to cleanse and clear the deck. I'm just going to put my energy on it. And I ask Archangel Michael to put a golden circle of white light around this reading here today. And I'm also asking Archangel Gabriel to to help me step aside and allow the messages to come through my heart, so that I know that they're real, you know? All right. And I'm going to hold these up to my heart. I'm going to bless them and ask that I have the guidance, the proper guidance to pick the 3 cards for the week ahead. All right, 1 second. So I'm going to shuffle them, and I'm just going to kind of pick one intuitively. 1 feels like 1, 2 feels like 2. Just kind of go through. All right, so I got number 1. You going to help me, buddy? Yeah. All right, pick number 2. Number 3. Okay. So if you pick number 1, this is your card. If you pick number 2, we'll see if this is your card. And number 3, let's see if this is your card. All right. So if you pick number 1, your card is Healing, Healed, Healer. Healing energy surrounds you and the situation. I kind of feel like healing energy will be working through you this week as well. So maybe if you feel called to maybe mediate some Thanksgiving crazy, or maybe some stuff's going on with your friends this week, remember to be the healer in the situation. Don't be an instigator. Don't be a pot stirrer. Be the healer. That's who you are this week. And here's your card. It's pretty beautiful. All right. And if you pick card number 2, you picked perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward. And I definitely feel like you're going to have some major movement this week. But honestly, I feel like it's because you've already laid your foundation down. You've already planted the seeds, possibly from the past new moon, which would make sense. So it's kind of like you're seeing everything come to fruition for you right now. Just know that's because of the actions that you did, not some magical force in the universe, as I'm reading to you from magical fairy cards. But you get what I'm saying. So yeah, here's your card. All right. And then if you pick card number 3, you got practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. I feel like this is something that you just started to, or that you've been thinking about for a while and just started doing it. So just keep going. I feel like it's really good. And tap into your emotions. This card is talking to me about emotions as well. Tap in. What are you saying to yourself? Sometimes people around you could also be saying things to you too, kind of reflecting what you're feeling inside. I've had a lot of people this week telling me that I should definitely go back for my psychology degree. I'm thinking about doing it. So, but I've been feeling it inside, and I haven't started anything yet, but people keep saying it to me around me. So, yeah, just kind of something to pay attention to. So yeah, with daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents. Keep going, keep doing it. This is going to turn into something good. And here's your card. All right, lovelies. Honestly, the week is going to be what you make of it. There's going to be some hard stuff going on. I feel like people might be getting a little crazy. But just take your time this week, and like always, take your time and really absorb before you start to say things. Get the full picture before you start, spouting things off. And if it becomes too much, step away. Give yourself some space. There's nothing wrong with that. And do something else for somebody else this week. Anybody that you think needs help, or maybe needs reminded that there's still good people in the world. Remind yourself that you're still a good person too. Even if you feel like lately you haven't been, or things haven't been going your way and you just feel like poo. Do something to get outside of yourself and help someone else. Make someone else's day better. It will in turn make yours a really good one too. It's a twofold gift there. All right. Everybody be good to each other. And remember, this is your week. Make it an amazing one. Thank you guys, and talk to you soon. Bye.